All right, y'all, here we are. We're live in the war room. Bam! Lynch's Lawn and Fence, 101 Crown Court Place, Motor City, Louisiana. Training, trying to get better. Trying to complain every day. So in the room, we have Dustin Thompson, operations
Let's
manager.
go!
Here we go, baby. Here we go. We got Jessica Carrington, she's the office manager. And then we got
Victor with Senco.
Victor with Senco. He's in here today. He's going to show us a new product or a product that they have out. We're trying to better ourselves and better the stuff for the quality of the product that we put out. Trying to using screws on fences and things of that nature. So y'all bear with us. Hey, if y'all got any questions or y'all need anything, you know how to find us. 318-459-7837. We're ready to rock and roll. So Mr. Victor's in here. We're going to start talking about trying to use the screw system that they have with the DeWalt and I guess with Senco, because you can try to kind of explain it. Tell us what you got. Tell us what it is. Tell us what each system is.
All right, I'm gonna start out with letting y'all know that Senco still has our factory in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
We're still manufacturing a lot of products and a lot of fasteners in Cincinnati, Ohio. However, our tools are coming from overseas, sourced. Okay.
Right.
The DuraSpin tool's been around a long time. It's evolved to this current model that I have in my hand. This is a 3-inch model that'll run from a 1-inch screw to a 3-inch screw. Okay. This is available in a corded, but obviously in a fencing job, we're gonna want it lithium-ion batteries.
Right.
Brushless motors. That's the evolution that made them better. This is your countersink set right here. Okay. When we get to that, I'll put the screws in and we do it. Once you set it to the countersink, what's happening is the screws are loaded. The screw gun, not a drill, screw gun is running. You're going to turn it on, and then the motor's running. It picks up this bit. The bit starts spinning as you make contact. Picks up the screw. The screw is going to go into the fence board. Countersink it to your set, and then the bits quit spinning. So it doesn't. One screw's too deep. One screw's they're all the same.
So whatever you set it at.
Whatever you set it at. When it stops spinning, you come back up, it throws the next one in the chamber, load on, return. Next one's in the chamber for your next screw, and the process happens again. It picks it up, countersinks it, throws the next one in. That's how this tool is operating. Brushless motors, coin-fit technology. If you were to miss a stud or whatever, for whatever reason you had to take a screw out, you just take this off, use it like a regular impact, put it in reverse, take the screw out, put this back on, 50 screws in a strip, put this back on.
That's going to be my next
And
question.
then you're back running your screws again.
Yeah, do you have to carry an impact with you on the side to make that work? I guess no, you don't. You can use it just like that. That's pretty neat.
One of my questions is how often does that bit strip out? Or does it ever strip out?
It will wear out. The better the user is,
Right,
the
right,
better the
understood.
user gets with the tool, the longer the bit will last. Couple buckets of screws. The tool comes with a square bit, a filler bit. Obviously, y'all gonna be using square bits mostly. We'll get some extra bits, and they're pretty reasonable. Come in a 2-pack.
Right.
I'm thinking a couple buckets of screws per bit.
So they come in buckets, not boxes? Or is this what you call a bucket?
I put them in the box. They come in a little bucket.
Okay.
1 3/4 screws will come in a bucket. That is an exterior coated WeatherX screw for exterior.
Right.
And I know you asked me about color. Oh, that's going to be as close as we can get to. Now, this is the same screw. It's a little different. I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, I just see the color. I thought the color. Yeah, I mean that's close.
Bit change is pretty easy right here. Pull this out. Change the bit. And that can be done while this is on as well.
Yeah, is that something? I guess is that something you can y'all? I mean, it's pretty handily and ready available to get the bits.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just ship them straight to us, I guess?
What is it?
Well, Fastening Solutions will take care of it.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, every now and then, and it's even happened to me, your guys are gonna, and it's pretty durable, because I've done it. You know, you take this off and do something, you put this on and you don't lock it back on. See, there's a little lock,
Uh-huh.
and I'm locking it back on. Every now and then, that might not be locked on. This thing may fall off the ground. All the screws are there. Pick it back up, get it back on here, lock it on.
Right. Right. What is the most problems that you see with that tool right there? And you probably can say
End user.
end user.
If somebody calls me, it ain't working, it's not working. It's, usually the end user. You have to run this tool like a stove. You gotta pull the trigger before you ever do anything. You wanna pull that trigger and get that motor running, cause that's how a drywall is. He's running this and he's putting that screw, like you said.
Yeah.
So the same thing, you wanna keep it running, and you running screws. These are big in drywall. Fencing, I do have some fencing contractors using these. One of them's in Shreveport, and one of them's in Monroe. And they screw fences. I don't recall who they were, I just remember getting the tools for them. Small operations though.
What about maintenance?
There really isn't any, the only thing you have to do is remember to set this, screw selector to the right length of screw. Inch and a quarter, if you switch from, obviously if you switch from a 3-inch screw and then drop down an inch to 4, you just slide this thing right here.
Right.
You go to the 1 3/4 slot right there,
Mhm.
and then turn it on and start running it and run that screw. When we go outside and play with it and run some screws, you gotta let, just like an infant, you gotta let the screw go in on its own. You gotta stay on it and let it, and the tool will do the job, you just gotta let it do the job. A 3-inch screw, it's gonna go in, the clutch will release it, countersink it, and then you just go to the next one. And you'll see, I'll just keep it running. In fact, this
You have a
tool.
lock to stay running, or you gotta keep your finger on the trigger?
No, right here. Good question, right here. Battery. And you run it
What's the runtime on full battery?
on it, it's about 450 to 500 screws drywall. I'm thinking you can do 450, we'll look that up. It might be in there, it might be on the website. I should have been able to answer that. I wanna say it's 600 on drywall, maybe 450.
Yeah, so
2-inch
probably,
screws?
yeah, it's probably gonna be around 400 somewhere. I bet it's 400 on run it through picket and, which I think cedar picket ain't nothing probably different than running through drywall anyway.
No,
so
it's
soft.
so soft.
RPMs, let's talk about RPMs. This tool is a 2,500 RPM tool, okay? And this is the 3-inch tool, right? This is a 3-inch tool, we have it available in 2-inch as well, alright? The 3-inch tool is ramped down to 2,500 RPMs, because if somebody's using it for decking, and you're putting consistently 3-inch screws, you'll burn a $4,000 or $5,000 RPM tool up, trying to countersink 3-inch screws. So this one is designed for more wood application, decking application, but it can do drywall. A 5,000 RPM tool is designed for drywall. It's rolling. You're only doing a little 1 1/4 screw through some drywall. It's going to be way faster. So the reason I tell you that is y'all may get good with it and say, look, these are too slow. We can get a 5,000 RPM tool, and it will do fence boards, and it will go fast. And the clutch will it will release the screw and not put it in too deep. But you just gotta, like I said, once you get good at it, you can use a 5,000 RPM tool for wood applications. And it's fast, real fast.
My question is say you got somebody that ain't paying attention and they using a 2-inch screw, but they put it on a, say 2 1/4 inch application. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna try to go deeper into the wood?
It's just not gonna feed the screws in properly. Or, if you do it too long, if you had this on 3-inch and you're
Right.
trying to do a 2-inch screw,
Right.
it's gonna pop some screws out, and you go, why am I losing screws?
Right.
It's gonna pop them out with the strip, because the bit's trying to catch it and it's throwing it off. So it's not gonna put it. It'll put it in, a few of them, but eventually you're gonna see one get off kilter, and because that bit's just off, it's not selling the right set.
So that things don't jam or nothing like that.
Not really. You may get a little bit of issue with strip to load it. 50 screws in a strip. You put it in right there. Put it in right there, and this tool you would load in the chamber. I call it in a chamber like a gun, so now it's ready to go. Pull the trigger, put pressure on it. It's going to countersink it. Keep the trigger on and just let it come back up. You want to run a screw?
Yeah, sure.
Hold it here. Alright, 1 3/4 inch.
You can go ahead and try it on the hard shit already and put it.
I'm not gonna try to hit that hole yet. Not up here on this table, but I'm just gonna show you. So right now we got it set about not quite half. That way you would do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You want
close.
to see it more deeper just to see?
Sure.
I might be going the wrong way. out, let's see, now, you're talking about drywall stuff now. But if you need to,
That's deep. That's probably about an 1/8 or 1/4 inch deep.
so. See, this not spinning right now. So it lets that screw go. If you have an impact right now, you gotta guess how deep it is.
Yeah.
Every screw's gonna be that deep.
Alright.
That's pretty cool.
Alright, so now I put this in too deep. I should've just took that all the way out and used that's what I would've did.
Take it all the way out,
That's what I would've
and
done.
then just
And go back in that hole. You wanna hit that hole? You talk about hitting holes? And see, now it's flush. That is the 3-inch system. The key to this, dude, is you notice I'm running it. Before I ever put it down, I'm running it. And you have this application. So it's even gonna probably be easier. Now, they gotta stay, when you're on this one, you have to stay, hold that. You got it?
Yep.
I won't get you.
it'd be hard if you did.
See, I'm just leaving it running.
Runs them right in there.
So, what's this do? Why did I bring this? Did you play with that one? It is definitely lighter. It's a little shorter. I bought that DeWalt screw gun yesterday from Home Depot. It's pretty cool what they did. You notice how I keep saying you gotta run it. And this tool is really a drywall tool. And the reason it does what you just saw is because the drywall, he's going
He's steadily running it.
So,
Never stops.
in the commercial industry, most drywallers are using DeWalt platform. Y'all got DeWalt platform. So we made our system. I don't sell DeWalt. I didn't go buy this at Home Depot. I sell a system, a screw system, to convert a DeWalt screw gun, not a drill, into a screw system. So, this screw gun has got to have, and this comes off. And unlocks it. It's just a regular screw gun. It's got the clutch on it.
How do you change that bit out?
This DeWalt system's a little different. You got to push that in.
Okay, just like impact would. Normal
Yeah,
impact.
exactly. And this is a new model for DeWalt, and I really wasn't familiar with it, and I played with it a little bit last night. This dude, you can get the screws out of your way if it was in your way. Same thing, it works. This works the same as that. It's just on a DeWalt platform with a DeWalt battery.
Which it would help with, just any application. If
So-
somebody's got a platform and DeWalt, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, you can literally just stick it on, the battery runs out, hey, give me a battery. And then you got a battery.
Because you already have a DeWalt battery on your, I'm gonna skip that one. This tool is a higher RPM tool because it's designed for drywall, so you're gonna notice this screw's gonna go in, and if I have it all set right, look, see, if I did that, you wanna see what it'll do? If it'll go in or not, it's on 2-inch.
Right, and
wanna
what
see?
screw is that? Is that a 2-inch screw?
That's an 1.75 same
Okay.
screw.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll go in. The bit didn't get it before it.
What if you do it the other way?
Alright, let's go to, I think it's gonna, pick it up too soon and put it on an angle. Alright, I'm gonna put it on 1.25 inch. Yeah, see, you could tell, that's not right.
Right.
1.5 now that could be a mistake, that's probably gonna work. Same thing, see? You notice how fast that was? It even sounds faster when you listen.
How many RPMs is that one?
That's a good question. I'm not a DeWalt man, but I would guess this is about 5,000. We'll look that up.
And that's it.
4850 RPMs. So our drywall tool, the 2-inch version is this fast on this platform. This is a 2500 for decking and fencing. This is a drywall tool. So like I said, once you get used to, you want to see if I can hit that hole?
Sure. kick
had
it.
to turn this, to look at the screw, you have to get where you can see I had to see the screw. I'd have to get back here, depends on that, where you're at, you know, to hit that hole, but. See if I go through the two.
It kicks it, but if it doesn't exactly line up, it just shoves it over in the hole, yeah.
And it tried to countersink it, but, you know, it did a good job. I'm impressed, actually.
And this is a,
So let's talk about this. I brought this big 4 amp hour battery. Obviously, it's gonna be heavier, but you can run that with a 2 amp. Ours comes with a 4 amp hour battery. This, all our tubes used to come with two 2 amp hour batteries. And because of the technology evolving in lithium ion batteries, we was trying to put 2 batteries in a kit with a bag and a charger, and the cost of it was much more.
blowing it up.
So we went with a 4 amp hour battery, one battery with the same amount of runtime. Same amount of screws. Now,
so.
that
you
system, go
Say,
ahead.
say if you need a,
I'll
so that
flip
comes
it.
off, you just shove that back down in there?
Yes,
But say
you could run it like that.
I'm done with it, say I'm done with this tool. Do I just pull this out?
What I would do, you go pull it this way, and actually we have it set.
Yeah,
I do
change
this,
it just a little bit.
and I pull it out that way. In fact, if you're, let's say you have 50 in a strip, these are inches more. If you had 50 in a strip, and you start running them screws, and you get where it's, if I was taking a break or whatever, getting a fence board, I'd flip it. Cause half that strip in again, and I'd put it, I'd go this way.
I got you.
So instead of having all that
Excess.
excess sticking out, you know, it only takes a second or two, I'd flip it. And now you'd have that excess down here, and the full loop strips up here. So the difference between this attachment and this attachment, I showed him outside. This attachment is, it has an extension pole on it. So you can run it long for decking and run this thing straight down and run deck screws 3-inch. Same as this. This is a 3-inch version, this is a 2-inch version. Everything operates the same, but this will do a range of longer fasteners. And it comes with an extension if you had to do something with sealing or instead of bend it over doing deck screws. I didn't bring it in because y'all don't do decks, you do fences.
How do you break that one apart, like you did those two?
I tightened this up really tight last night.
I got you.
I tightened that little set screw last
Yeah,
night
so just
so it wouldn't
twist.
spin. You could set it loose so you can spin it. I didn't want it to spin. So you can run it this way, you can run it this way, and then latch it back down.
That's a screw rather well.
Yes.
And the reason, this is a different model, that's why I have 2 of them. And explain that is, when you run an extension and doing decking, tools fall, you drop tools. This tool has a plastic collar, but remember I took it off and showed you it had a little plastic. See how this one has a metal. This is this screws onto the DeWalt screw gun, and this screw gun has a metal collar. So if this tool was to drop over with that extension on it, it ain't gonna snap that plastic collar.
So that comes off there.
This? Yes. This screws on to their system. So our system comes with that extension pipe, this, and it screws on, it sets on, it actually has a handle too, a handlebar.
So you're saying this other system had a plastic piece in there or something with the plastic piece? So we're saying something about a plastic piece that broke off?
Yeah, right.
Is that
There's something about, you said something about a plastic piece, if it breaks, it's not gonna
Oh,
work.
yeah, no, in a fencing application, when you got a 3-foot thing on there, if they let it go, it's not on ours, it's this tip. That tool's, this is all metal. On the DeWalt tool, this is all plastic, so that, if that was to drop with that extension pipe on, if you drop that tool like that, it ain't gonna break. When you have that extension on it,
Oh,
you get that
that
torque.
long
It's
extension.
about that long.
I got what you're saying.
So
So you have,
pretty much that one there is pretty much, I think we're out on that. That one.
Yeah, I don't know.
and this system, this one, because it does a 3-inch tool, you guys are gonna go, it's front end heavy, you know, when you're running screws, that one's not near as heavy. Now,
What's the difference between the weight of that one and the weight of that one?
I don't know what a DeWalt is. I can tell you what this one weighs.
What does that one weigh? It's probably what, 3 pounds?
Yeah, yeah, you can see how that ran, goes in there.
Oh, the way I see that might be a pain in the tail when you get up to that 8 foot.
Oh, you're right.
8 foot tall fences.
You're absolutely, is the runner 8 foot? That's what you put the.
No, runner's probably 7, about 7, 6.
That'll put
Yeah,
you-
7,
What
4.
y'all doing? Y'all doing, which one these out there, pull up, so that'll get their thing pulled out. What's this, the, lights, or what is this,
Yeah, there's your lat, yep.
Corded,
Yeah, this one's a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I've run one of the deck ones before, but the ones that I've run.
weight with battery, the 2-inch version is 5.3 pounds. The 3-inch version you have in your hand is 5.4 pounds, so it's another pound. So if you know, again, I don't know your application and your, if you don't need one tool running 3-inch, I'd maybe have one of each, you know, on a crew. One guy, cause you gotta put these 3-inch screws in before you put the 1 3/4 screws in, right?
But I just tell you, man, like I
No.
said,
Running
on
in sections,
The 3-inch, you only do those in the corners and gates, that's
but
only
do you
time.
do that, you do that as you go, or you do that before you put the boards up?
You do it as you go.
Okay.
but that's what I was telling him, like on a 200 foot fence, you might only put, what, 33 inch screws in?
If that,
To me, the 1 pound difference in the tool, because I've used these personally on my own, the 1 pound difference in a long day is a lot. So if you're doing 90% 2-inch screws, I'd do the 2-inch version,
yeah,
just because of that extra weight all day. And like you said, when you get this top one, you notice you kinda gotta stay on it for a second and then it'll go in. So that right there is, it can be done,
On a 6 foot fence, though, you're hitting it at about 5, that thing's about 5'9". So, you know, some of the shorter people. you
well, it's
know,
actually about 5'4", 5'5".
5, yeah. So 5'5" would be right about here on me.
Yeah,
Now, we could look, that system, we'd have to look up on the DeWalt website or on the box in my car, and we can figure out what that one weighs. Hold them both. And fish, I'd say that's a pound lighter.
personally, I like this system better. And it has,
You never heard
has
that,
nothing to do against, Senco.
There's weight
Uh,
and compactness.
I like this system better because of the whole DeWalt. We're on DeWalt platform, like you said. I can go to anybody's truck out there and pull a DeWalt battery out of it. I can't go to anybody else's truck and pull a Senco battery
Which
out.
is exactly why we made that system.
Yeah,
Now, if y'all decide this system, we're gonna fix that problem, because y'all gonna get one battery with the tool, and I'm gonna give you another battery, so every trailer will have an extra battery.
Yeah, they got, every truck should have, what, 5,
Two battery, well,
3 or 4 batteries?
figure that out.
Yeah,
these DeWalt batteries,
Yeah.
my truck has like 8.
yeah. So, yeah.
in
Okay.
fact, you probably got, let's talk about that in a minute. Let's, I know on the website it will tell you application, how many screws per minute, not minute, God, I wanna say 500.
Oh, I bet that sucker run, I bet it'll run 500, I bet it'll run 500 screws, let's see, it's 50, that's 10 clips, that's a lot.
It says it on the website, I don't see it as a catalog, but we'll look that up. Pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
Oh shit.
You'd still be following them screws trying to get them in there.
Yeah, but you're working on the tabletop, if that thing was something.
They work, when they put these spikes on, they work on the fast training. So it ain't gonna quit. Yeah, they'll take that tool for a set that
That
stick
was
to.
fast. What he just did, that was fast.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
take
but
that.
what I did, I was just curious, is if I dropped it down to where that tip
Where you can see it better.
barely sticks out, you
Good
can
for
sit
you.
there and put it in that hole and then,
I'll bet you that screw will run straight through that metal.
oh, I bet it would too, but I ain't trying to find out.
Why not?
So
Stick
the
it there.
difference in,
Stick it in there. Watch this, I bet it don't do it.
I see, yeah, I think it will. And he's got it set an inch, whatever it is, a 16th short. What do you have it set on? Inch and a half.
Yeah. It's
And
quarter
working
inch.
on the tabletop.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, there's one trailer that we have out there. The deck sits up higher, so you're
I'm just saying
you're
it's
right,
solid.
you're right here on that
Whoa.
trailer,
Whoa.
and then another one is you're right here working.
So what do you put half of that on the trailer and then do the other half?
Yes. So the first application is you put 2 of these on this end, and then you take them out there,
And it's-
hang them up, put that other 2x4 on there, and then you come around after it's all said and done. You basically got one screw, and then you're just running that all the way through. Instead of
But now we're gonna throw a kicker in you.
Alright, come on.
Cause we're in the process of going to this for long. So this will be your new post.
That's it. Wait, that's the post coming out of the ground?
Yes, this is it.
Interesting.
So your 2x4 runs in here, screw there, 2x4 runs in there, screw there, and then you screw everything to the front side. So,
So the only thing showing to your customer is this one piece right here? That's facing out?
the
put a picket on the back other
put a
side.
picket on the back side, you can put a picket on both sides.
I got you. So
Everything,
you're
you
covering that up.
can cover it up. Yep. Yep.
That shouldn't be a problem. That's a bigger hole. Oh, wait. Oh.
Sticker man. But
Let's do
sticker, the only thing I would say is the kicker is this is what I would say. Try this right here.
it. Try to screw through that.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. That's
No, not screw to it. Try to hit the screw in the hole.
You can hit the hole. Now, wait a minute.
Oh, that's easy.
Because if in a metal application, let me explain this to you. In a metal application like trailer skins, they build cargo trailers.
Right.
Because that thing's set to countersink into the 2x4, you have to back it off because you're going. This is
Okay.
a metal application. It's not wood to wood; it's metal to wood.
So we
So
would take,
you would back that off to flush up here this way, so that it'll let that thing go. It's going to keep trying to put it into that metal, and you're going to burn your bits up.
alright, so what would we
Go
do?
this way. Push that button in. Spin this little dude all the way
Oh, I
this
got
way,
you.
and then that's gonna not. And we'll see how high it leaves it, and then we can adjust it. Deal?
Got it. Understood. So we got just a little
Pull the
bit.
trigger. You did that, or the tool did that?
I think Tool did
Do
it.
it again. Okay. All right. There you go. Now adjust it.
That's the biggest kicker right there is to remember, training your brain
Oh, yeah.
to squeeze that trigger, because normally you basically
use
put
the
it up right
finger.
there and then you run it in.
And you gotta finger it, and then just.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you
A little bit more.
And then once you have it set, you probably would have to go back to it. But once you go to the next application, you have it, it's gonna be high, you have to just count it.
Yeah, each application you just got to change the adjust a little bit. Dang it. It's right there already, ain't it?
It'll do it, you just gotta, once you get it set. See, when we do metal and metal trailers with metal screws, what'll happen is it'll spin too deep and then you strip the metal screw out.
Right.
And then it's gotta come out.
Correct. There you go.
That's it.
And again, this drive system, if this is the system you do, it would do the same thing.
Right.
Once you get it set. And this system in 2-inch in the 4,000 RPM is gonna be faster and a pound less, so it's gonna feel more like that. You know, this is more of a do-all fencing and down. Yeah,
That's the bad thing about that one.
yes,
What?
it don't have the, it don't
don't
have
have
the clutch
that.
to tell it when to stop.
Yep.
You gotta go back to
I don't even know how to work that thing anymore.
Ah, it's got a clutch system in it.
Yeah,
Basically, you shut it in. See how it's not steady?
exactly. I'm not a DeWalt guy. I picked that up, and I'm a DeWalt guy as an end user. You know, I use DeWalt stuff, and then obviously I got that.
I
And
just
just
wondered
like,
what
just like you
one,
said,
two, and screw me.
once I got the DeWalt battery platform for Senco, for these Senco tools, I got a DeWalt circle saw. You know, and I got a DeWalt hammer drill, cause just like you said. Now cost-wise, you're talking about having to invest in a DeWalt screw gun. This cost right at about $200 at Home Depot yesterday.
Is that what you bought it
with
for?
tax.
Okay.
And then this system's probably gonna be $100-something bucks.
Well,
This whole system sells with one battery with the battery for around, probably around $339, $349, something like that, with the bag, the charger, the system and the case. And we'll throw in a free battery if you decide to go with this system. I'm gonna leave, you said you have DeWalt batteries, I'm not leaving my batteries, but I'm gonna leave my screw gun for you to play with it and all the screws. I'm gonna leave this tool with you, but I'm quickly gonna get you the 2-inch version. Like if I had to ship it. Because your guys are gonna get this and go, oh my gosh, and that 1 pound's gonna matter. And they're gonna quickly go to this. Because this is light, it's smaller, it's lighter, faster, you see how fast it is? But as far as the systems, the screw systems, they're the same. What batteries you running? 3 amp?
any. I got
Y'all probably
I got Flex Volt. I got
You got 9 amp?
Yeah, I got 6 amp. We got any. I got the 20 to 60 Flex Volt. I got 2 of those. I got the 5 amp. I got any of them.
I get the battery platform thing. Victor and Senco will try to help y'all out with some extra batteries. If y'all decide to go with this system, I'll make sure you have batteries.
Right.
Because as your guys are, like you said, you got one battery on the charger and you got one of them running out there and it runs out while he's out there. He's not gonna run out of battery before the other one's charged. Matter of fact, they, just like your DeWalt's, they charge 80% in 15 minutes. And then the rest of it, it's a 1 hour charge. But that 1 hour is for that extra. So you could literally put in that 15 minutes and go run 100 screws. Any lithium ion battery, not
But
just
the,
ours.
but the bad thing is about it is that's something else for them to keep up with on like batteries and whatnot.
I agree. You got another charger in the trailer, extra batteries in the trailer. So,
I just think something, okay, so I would look at it, my perspective is on it is, I would look at it is, so the bad on that would be, like you said, the battery situation. The bad on that DeWalt is obviously you just found a pretty good little niche right there that when you run that screw in there and you're trying to pull that out of there, it's not gonna be good. They're gonna strip them.
So,
That's why I'm concerned. Is like,
let's talk about that. I'm not a DeWalt guy. I went to get a DCF 630, and this says DCF 630, but the box said DCF 630B. I think that B has something to do with this. It's wide open. So the original, and it's also a DCF 620.
Just keep trying.
It'll go away. I don't know about what a DCF 620. I'll send you that so you can do your research on the DeWalt part of it. And to me, that triggers the issue, because this is a drywall gun. They didn't do that.
because they're not pulling any screws out.
But this DCF 620 DeWalt tool, or the original DCF 6, 630, there's a 630B on the bottom. I think that has something to do with that trigger. I've never seen that before, you?
Yeah, no, I've seen them, they
Okay,
does do it,
that's
but the
not-
only thing I say though is like, okay, so even if it don't just stick, and you get one you gotta pull the trigger on, when you go to get that screw out, that sucker, you gotta mash it down.
Yeah, I got that in mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that one there, you're not having any problem pulling the screw back out. So that's where I would say with that, I'd say the pros of that one is the slowing down part of if you gotta pull a screw out, that one's easier to pull the screw out with versus.
And the other pro is it's a little bit easier to go here, do whatever you're doing, in and out, out and in.
Yeah, it obviously has gear system in it, and when those gears hit each other is when it sends it.
How much that thing? We have another tool in the 2-inch version it'll go down to 1600 RPMs, which is really a metal application. So the one y'all would get for fencing, you can drop it down to 1600, and that's to keep the metal screws from stripping out. This thing's either on or off.
Yeah, there ain't no in between. Well, hang on.
Uh-oh.
There it is, right there.
Pulse, or it has 3 settings. And it had 2 speeds.
Take that screw out now. Look. That matters. Alright, so
And like you said, on your application where you're putting that 45 on the bottom row, you might be able to make that with this. And in theory, hear me out here, in theory for that one application, if you can't get this whole system up under there, if he has that small bit in his pouch,
Yeah.
he'd take this bit out, put that small bit in, put that one screw in, and then go back to use, go back to running screws.
Right. Can I try something real quick? What's that?
Yeah, absolutely, I think I know what you're gonna do. Now, keep in mind, it has a clutch on it, but it don't have our system to tell it when to stop, so it's gonna put it in until you quit pulling the trigger.
I don't think that's safe.
Look at your
Hey,
fingers.
not
Look
with
at your,
that.
no, it ain't gonna hurt you, but you gotta, see what I'm saying, it takes longer to get it going, turn your fingers, there you go.
Denied.
Safety director said,
hey, so let me give you another
I
case in
trust
theory.
him, but not on
Let me give you another case in theory on this. So you actually work for Senco. You work for Senco.
I am a Senco factory rep. Been
How-
there for 20 years.
Okay, Dustin,
Call me, I'll make
that
it
screw
right.
gun breaks tomorrow?
I'll make it right.
Call that, not this. This breaks tomorrow.
Oh,
We
that's
spend
on
how
the
much?
Walt man. That's on the Walt man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, like, what, that's been what, two years ago we bought all those?
Now-
We went from Makita to DeWalt. We spent $20,000-$30,000
That's a lot.
on power tools for the trucks. And then guess what? Within the first 4 months, we had drills break, impacts break, saws break, don't work. The people we bought it from, oh yeah, bring it back to us. Did we ever get one back that didn't, they fixed?
Yeah,
One?
we've had a couple ever since I come in
So,
or come back, I should say.
that's a piece of the puzzle. If you have one of these break and you call me, I'm gonna make it right, pretty quick.
Well, that's the way, that's the same way with like DeWalt. They was like, well, we can find somebody, we'll get you a rep. I ain't found one yet.
And they closed down they closed down a couple of their repair centers, so now it goes in a box and it ships to wherever.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
then
they
6
said.
months out.
6 months out, get it
Um,
fixed.
Keep an open mind that this is a pound heavier than that's my bad. I should have brought the other tool.
Right.
Um,
We understand that.
I'm probably gonna get it, I have your address, but I'm probably gonna ship you one tomorrow morning.
Good.
Cause I don't want you to send it, if you don't need the 3-inch tool, I don't want you to send the 3-inch tool out to some guys and they immediately go, it's too heavy, it's too slow.
We don't need no 3-inch. I don't think,
I don't think so either.
I think we just need.
But that one screw, they can do this, and put the one screw in and.
Let me play with that a little bit. Since I played with that one enough, let me play with this one a little bit.
3/4.
1 3/4. These screws are what?
1 3/4. And this tool is 2,500 RPM, so it is gonna be slower than that dude.
Right.
But we get you one 4,000 RPMs and it'll put it in the same speed as that.
System works the same with this as that one does,
Yes,
right?
it does.
If you need to keep the trigger locked, so you just squeeze.
Walk in right here. We go from 2,500 to.
No, I'm talking about just like that, where you squeeze the trigger and it goes off.
It locks.
Yes.
This is,
Yeah.
alright.
Belt hook is reversible. Wait, we got a set going.
Yeah, I was just checking. to
Okay,
see
go ahead.
this.
I see what you're doing. Go ahead. In reverse.
Well,
I set up for failure.
yeah. That's stop, put it in forward.
That's what I thought about. Bring it down a notch.
It kicks immediately.
That's sticking out a bit. Oh, that was just one?
Yeah, that's, you said these are 1 3/4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 1.5 inches.
Just to see what happened.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty smooth.
And it kicks it to where you need it. You just gotta get it close.
Does it matter what you do this?
Yeah, I don't.
You put it off, right?
It's up on there. It's outside.
Oh, man.
Well,
It went through.
It was just basically to test run this.
I know. Hitting the hole. It's more about hitting the hole.
Yeah, correct. Which, I'm good with either way. I like all of them. Buy them all.
Right, because if you invest that, you wanna have the right tool, because if it gets out on the trail and they don't like it, it's like, I don't work with this thing.
Yeah.
We're all about, hey, but the thing about that is like we like change, like we wanna change stuff up, so that way when people come in every day, you know they're trying to adapt, you know they're trying,
Yeah.
you don't want people to walk in here to be the same
Yeah,
thing every
go
single
ahead.
day. We want people to, hey, that see change and see adapt, and to adapt to things.
Your sales team are now going to say, look, we're putting screws in all your fences, the board's gonna hold better, we're gonna have a nice straight line, on your- if you guys can see straight. Nice straight line on your screws.
Wait, that's just something else we gotta work out, that ain't that, it's really not that big a deal.
That is something to think about, because
He who
I mean, your
solves
staples
the
are gonna
most
be.
problems gets
Say that
paid the
again?
most money.
He who solves the most problems gets paid the most money.
True story.
I'm sure them staples do that every now and then too, and you try to keep it.
They
straight.
keep a pretty good straight line.
That's a little
with them.
easier. I mean, this is not bad. I've done them.
But you can go way faster with a staple gun you can with that.
I
So
told
you
him
can,
that before we came.
you
in.
can pay attention to this right here though.
Yeah.
As you use it, you're gonna find your little tricks and niches to make it a little faster and a little easier. And the more you use it, you'll get where you can do that thing on a 45 and put a screw in like that.
Right.
Not that you'll have to do that. Yeah, there might be applications where you do that.
You wanna try to go run screws outside?
Sure, but I will say, if we do this, or 3-inch screws, it'd be the square tips. It needs to all be the same application. Don't need to be Phillips and the other one.
I'm sure he probably helps out with that.
I don't know if I followed you, but they.
No. So,
They'll all be square drive.
yes, I'm talking about on our application.
See, right now when we put in screws, everything we have is a Phillips tip.
Yep.
Really?
Yes. We use Dacro, we use a Dacro screw, and it's just the company we get them from right now, Interstate Industries.
They're exterior screws and they got a Phillips.
Yep.
They changed, we were at the Stars, and they were using Stars for 2 years, and then, well, they actually were Phillips, and then they got away from the Phillips, and then they went to Stars, and then now we're about to Phillips, and it's just,
It's called Rex Drive. We're starting to come out with more and more star drives, depends on the application. Engineers figure that out. Right now, we're still square drive. As far as this system and me, I wanna make sure your tools are working. I wanna make sure you have bits. and I'm gonna try to get you at least one free battery for every 2 you get. And then Fastener Solutions will work on the pricing, and pricing the screws and all that kind of stuff. And we do generally, it sounds like y'all doing quite a few fences. We generally do have some discounts for pallet buys on screws, which is like 36 buckets a pallet. So, you know, we'll figure out that too.
Yeah, I think when we buy, like, when we buy the staples, we're buying,
I bought a whole pallet last
buy
time.
whole pallets, and I
Buying the
can't,
green boxes. So, little history on that, cause I just quoted some at Tom Sanders. For a little while, our pricing was high on some fasteners. And then we had skid discounts and, you know, multi-skid discounts to get the price at market level with generics. You know, we're dealing with Made in America going against container truckloads.
and
Catch it.
I'm alive. Just get it.
Oh,
You go ahead. You good? Just step outside while he's talking. Go ahead.
You're a problem solver, we're talking money right now. I'm talking to the money department. So, Senco just recently reduced the whole price by the box, which brings down the retail price, which drives everything. You know, it starts here and it goes backwards. So it goes to Fastening Solutions, then it'll go to Tom Sanders. So you're starting to see Senco's prices come down. So I literally quoted a box of our N17s, what are you shooting, N15s?
The 7/16.
17, how long?
Inch and a half.
So yeah, and I gave him a price and it was like, oh, and that's a staple made in Cincinnati, Ohio. So that's pretty, something to be a little bit proud of, you know, made in
Right.
America. And we were able to compete against probably the faster than you shoot.
Yeah, and that's we try. We do our
You
best.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we do our best trying to buy everything that's in America. That's what I thought, Made in America. So
Connecticut, insurance. What do you think? From a female's point of view, pretty impressive.
Yes, I didn't like, he scares me, cause he
With the-
just, yeah.
His mind's like 2 steps ahead of all of us. Cause he's
But-
thinking about application, what if I do this and we do that? He's probably one of the best I've seen pick up a dirt spin and use it without, fumbling. It took him 2 times to remember to pull the trigger. Most people all pick it up 5 times and they do this. Cause that's what you used to do. And they go, I'm like, push the button, and then they skip the screw. If you push this now, see, well, I did that. Well, I'm going to teach you.
yeah,
So he's probably the best that I've ever seen take a lesson and had it.
that's why he's made big bucks.
Your work crew, I mean, they got some skills. It won't take them long.
No,
You just
those
gotta
guys.
remember.
Yeah, those guys. They're solid. They can handle it. We don't really have no issues with that stuff.
issues with what stuff?
Guys being able to pick up on having to use the tools and use them.
Oh, yeah, they pretty good on it.
I think this tool will give you maybe a little bit more. I don't want to mislead you. I think this tool will give you a little bit more control on your depth of drive being really consistent all the way down the fence board. That system's supposed to be, it's the same system as this, but I'm not as familiar with the Walt stuff as I am with this, you know? I've used that some. Like I said, I just bought that yesterday. This one I've had a while, and this dude here on that extension pipe doing decking, it's sweet.
The
Yeah,
only
I would
thing I
never build
really
a deck
like,
without- Huh?
the only thing I really like, 2 things I really like about this is the DeWalt system,
Mhm.
and then
Now that you can change the speeds and all, and that's what y'all decide to do, that's fine. The good news is you have the batteries, so you just have to buy the actual screw gun, one for each truck, automatic, you know? And I would imagine you could go to the Walt house instead of a Home Depot and get you.
Well, that's where all our stuff was bought, or 99.9% was bought in the DeWalt house. Like literally not a solid DeWalt house, but I mean, this is
they got direct lines to a sales rep.
they got direct lines, but when you bought it, it was like, yep, and then nope, yep, nope, yep, well, send it off 6 months later, yep, well, nope. That's what I worry about with it. Because when that goes down and you got you buy 4 of them, and then the next one goes down, and you're waiting 6 months. Guess what? You're fixing to spend some more money and buy you another drill. Whereas if you can't get a hold of anybody, but if you buy that one, we'll call you. And I love that because I love if I have a problem with something, that's like with me.
I need it fixed now.
I need it fixed now. And you know, this is like with everything else. It's, you know, if I have something and I buy something for somebody, I want to be able to get somebody on the phone that can tell me, hey, fix this problem now. What can I do to fix it now?
Yep, that's the great thing about that system.
Yep. And
Only
you're
bad
4
thing is,
hours away, and I can get something in the mail the next day or the next day, and we can get it rock and roll. With that D-Wall, I got to go buy another.
You know, I really don't get it. I'm not telling you this is, I really don't get many of these returning. As far as defectives, like, you know, nail guns get air and O-rings and seals, and you're gonna have air leakage. I really don't get many. The only thing that would really go wrong is this little drop system. We get you another tip.
Think y'all might have just answered your question.
If I'm gonna say this one, you had your own videos. You go, is this live?
No, it's not live. I add it. I'll throw it on.
So, as a rep, my objective is to make sure you're happy. And number 2 is, if this tool ain't running, you ain't putting screws in. I want you putting screws in. This is the Coke machine. This is the Coke.
That's the way I see it.
I want you to be happy, and I want you to run the screws.
Y'all made that to where it would work if somebody had that. Y'all made that right there, you know, because anybody can put a high top drink. You put a high top drink in a Coke machine and get it out. You're still gonna get a high top Coke. Same thing there. You put a Coke in that Coke machine, you're gonna get a Coke. So
Yeah, in the commercial drywall industry, most of those drywallers, Hispanic, they have dual platforms. So if we're gonna get our screws into that commercial drywall industry, we had to make a system going into dual screw gun.
yeah, because
So that's why that's.
their screw gun goes
It's
out,
really
they
not
go to Home
defensive.
Depot buy another one.
Can you use it for fencing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it designed for fencing? It's designed for drywall. So is that screw gun that the wall makes. This one's designed for fencing.
But I think the total of the whole thing is get them, because you got enough screws for probably what?
I'll use it tomorrow.
60 feet?
These are 2 inch, by the way.
Yeah, you
So this tool
I'm not talking about using it for the boards. I'll use it for the
Rail splicers.
the splicers tomorrow.
Use them both, play with them. Make sure if you use the 2 inch screws. They look longer than that, but they're 2 inch. If you use 2 inch screws, just set it on 2 inch.
This box says 3, but that might not be right.
No, that was nails. It used to be nails in it. I took them out the buckets. I took them out the buckets and put them in boxes so y'all could throw them around. The and there's nothing. So why is that strip different? You want to know that?
No, I'm just looking at it.
Good. Don't ask me. I'll tell you later.
Well, let's go run some screws in.
Yep.
That way we can kill this and figure out what we're gonna do.
You want a couple more catalogs? Well, we want to get them up the
Well,
truck.
I got mine, so Daniel and,
We're gonna run outside real quick and do a
You got,
test run on this real quick.
let's see you put your belt hook on. Okay? Let's go.
war.
Going. Hey, we're coming out of the war room.
Say when.
Yeah. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Come on, Huckleberry, say when.
Going outside, we're gonna stick a few screws in here, see what happens. Gotta set that depth a little better, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Look, your nails are coming out.
You try.
Okay.
Got a squeeze trigger.
Okay.
It's ready to go.
Stay on it. The tool will do the job. You just got to stay on it.
You right-handed or left-handed?
Just keep pushing.
Yeah. You have it like this. And basically what you want to do is just push.
Just push?
Stay on
Just like that. Keep pushing.
That thing's noisy.
Oh my gosh! I want one! I can build so much stuff with this without my husband.
All right, here. Hand me that one. All right, do this one. You don't pull the trigger, hold, turn it on. If you want it to run, pull the trigger. All right, it works.
Oh, come on, Sarah.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. All right, now do the same thing. See how she's on a little bit of
That
an
one
angle?
seemed easier.
This thing's noisy. This
That's
one-
so cool.
this
Sounds
one's-
like we're
I don't-
putting up
I don't know
drywall
that
with
it's
that
easier,
one.
It's faster because of the RPMs.
Oh.
But you notice she kind of got on an angle and it didn't kick out. And that's our first time using it. A couple of these she was on this angle, and you can do an angle once you get good at it, but you really want to be here. See how it's pulling in boards in?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I want one. Get everybody one.
That's pretty badass, you gotta admit it. That's badass.
That is badass. That is good. I like that.
Sign me up, Coach.
Sign me up, Coach. All right, y'all. We live here at the compound here. Just come outside the war room. So we're gonna talk a little business right here, and then we're gonna get back to y'all and show you some good stuff we put up. We appreciate y'all checking us out, and we'll be back with you.